So, welcome back to another episode of Ren's Wasteland Camp Reviews / Dumpster Fires of the Commonwealth. I'm logging in at right around 5 o'clock in the morning on December 28th to make this video. So, we're going to see how fast my turnaround time is on videos because this one will probably be published a day later. So, you'll probably see it come up on the 29th as a video that you can watch. So, why am I recording videos at this hour? Well, to be honest, I have a doctor's appointment at like 8:30 in the morning, and I haven't been able to sleep at night for a couple days due to sinus issues, which you can probably hear in my voice. I seem to be able to sleep better during the day than I do at night for some reason. I think it has to do with the humidity of the air and whatnot, and possibly the furnace and everything else. You know how it goes. So, we're going to go and take a quick look around at a few different camps. And see what we can find. So I'm going to go to the first one here, which is Helney's camp, which, if I remember right, Helney is actually on my friends list and is actually also on my Discord, which is kind of ironic that I'm going to go check out one of their camps. I'm not telling them this ahead of time, of course, because that's not really what I do. In all honesty, I don't like to check out people's camps that I know unless they know that I'm going to do it and they specifically ask me to, because sometimes I am the worst person in the world to look at your stuff, and sometimes you just need someone that's going to look at something and say, well, okay. This is one of those moments where I'm going to look at stuff and say, well, what the fuck? I get it. It's a camp in progress, right? Here's hoping. Cross your fingers. All right. So, where we are at, so you know. This right here is Thunder Mountain Power Plant. This is Helney's camp location. Helney is apparently attempting to build this structure and figure out how they want their floors and walls to look, and probably get their staircases over as tight as they can against one wall or another. Which, I get it. I mean, that's one of my major complaints about this game, is that we have gantry stairs, you know, the ones with the metal posts that let you put the stairs close to the walls, but you don't actually have the ability to place a single stairwell there on your own. And you can't use just a single floor tile. I mean, I judge camps on a scale of 1 to 10. That score is based solely upon what's there and solely upon what is being been built. If you have a prefab, I automatically give you 2 points, and if you have a bathroom, I automatically give you 1 point. There are a couple exceptions to that. The reason why prefabs get 2 points is because then I'm looking at your creativity in decorating it, not necessarily in the creativity in building, or honestly, the amount of knowledge you have in composing and building a structure. The cool thing about this structure in particular is you can tell the person building it knows a few different build tricks because they have walls that are floating like this in the middle of nowhere. But that being said, the structure itself is not done in any way, shape, or form. So, I have to grade on what's here. I know what Helney's going to probably do. I know how it will probably turn out. And I hope that I get to see it when it's done. So whenever you see this video, send me a PM. Let me know when you're finished with this, because I'd like to actually see it if you actually get it completed. Or just tell me it didn't work out and I moved on to something different. I get it. And that happens too. Now, because I am a terrible person, I'm going to check their thing and see if there's anything in here on sale that I want, because, well, it's what I do. And I would probably buy those, except for the fact that then I'm down to, like, 305 caps. And I don't need that. I don't need this either. I already have another version of this. But not bad. Prices aren't reduced. They are just set like somebody threw them in there so that they'd be able to have something for sale for people to come look at. Um, Nothing is overpriced terribly as far as the weapons go. It's fairly standard fare. That being said, I'm only going to give. I don't like to give people points based on the fact that I know how they build. That's the other reason that I don't like to go to people's camps, that I know them, by the way. But I'm going to give Helny a 2 on this one because it's the opening salvo, so to speak, in the war that they are waging in building this camp. I look forward to seeing how it turns out. If you want me to come back and look at it when you're done, like I said, just PM me. I will happily do so. Okay. Now, let's see what we got. There should be a couple other camps on here. Red Velvet Revolver. Now, that is a name. It is not one of the names I have been told to look for. My voice is still kind of haggard, as you can tell. I've been getting over walking pneumonia, which means I've still got a cough. That's why it bothers me at night still. And doesn't so much during the day. But my doctor's appointment is because of my back. I have a back injury that I go in every once in a while, and I get injections into my back periodically, or I get nerve dampening treatments for my back, which deadens the pain a bit and lasts for about 2 to 3 months, depending on how fast I heal. The injections last for about the same. The difference is the nerve deadening works better the injections work better after I have a nerve dampening treatment. And the nerve dampening treatment is given in 2 sections, one on each side of the back. So you get the right side and you get the left side. And since most of my damage is right about my waistline, and I have a implant in my back to help deal with pain management, I don't usually get these that often. Usually about once or twice a year. Usually once in the spring and once in the fall. Well, let's see. This is Red Velvet's camp. We'll take a quick look here. I'm going to go ahead and buy this because I have a low-level character that doesn't have it. The Fixer plan at 200 is a really good deal, by the way. Most people sell them for between 2,000 to 7,000 caps. That being said, this is their kitchen. They have their ally over there. Flooring is the flooring tile that is brought to you by Vault Tech whenever you go to get your own private vault. This is one of the things they give you. They do have an outhouse. They have a few work items. They apparently have a nice collection of jumpsuits. I want to say all of these are available I want to say all these are from the Atomic Shop. So, Red Velvet's camp is way better appointed than Helny's camp, but the problem is Helny's camp, I know the potential and what's going to go on with it. Red Velvet's camp, we're pretty much seeing what's here. This is as good as it's going to get. So, and again, I rate things on a scale of 1 to 10. But in this case, this is probably about a 4. It functions as a very nice gardening camp, and as I said, functionality does prove useful. If you're going to use flower beds like this, I understand using them if you're going to move, and you don't want to have to replant your items. But if you're going to be in an area where you actively have access to the ground, you're just wasting your budget. Granted, some people don't need that or big a budget. This camp is probably one of those. But because they don't have anything really set up or working. So there is that. Let's go ahead and check the last one on here, which is Shano 250. We'll go there. Shano 250. Why do I know that name? I don't think I've ever gone to a camp by Shano 250. And every time I say the word Shano 250, I think of the old movie Shane. If you don't know the old movie, it's a Western. It's a classic. It's got the cowboy that's basically dead and he rides away anyway. Okay, let's take a quick peek. So they have built down here at Charleston, and they are right by Charleston Station. They have their vendor close to Charleston Station. You have NPCs that spawn in this area. They will spawn in this area right in here is where the NPCs spawn that normally go walking off down the tracks. Or they come walking in the other way. They have incorporated this barn that's already pre-existing into their build. And they are making it look like their vault is accessed through this door, which is normally here, which they have boarded up on the other side. They boarded up the entryway over here, so you don't get NPCs coming in from that direction. And they have set out tiles and have a nice display of power armor available. And a few extra frames that are sitting here that I don't know if they realize is here or not. And I want to say this right here is off the current scoreboard, if I remember right, the forklift. They have another vault that's set up in this other back section where that other door was. They've got their follower is this idiot from the last scoreboard. And they've got a few other little odds and ends set up here, like a workroom right here, and water purification. And then they've got two prefabs here, which one is the CD shed, which is right over here with an enclave metal, and they're using it for a gym to get their buffs. And then you come up in here and you've got the pool table, which is it's actually a good location for a pool table because carrying one up here would have been very heavy and cumbersome in reality. So, good location. They've got a few other, odds and ends as far as their workshop stuff goes in here, like their cooking station and their brewing stations. And then they've got their bedroom up here on top. I rate buildings on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest. I give you 2 points for using a prefab, which they have 2 of. I'm only going to give them 2 points for that anyway. They have no bathroom that I've seen, but they have incorporated into their build their vaults really well, actually, to make it look like they kind of belong there. And I mean, you might as well put water purifiers out here. My only gripe with this kind of build is these kind of tiles here don't really, I mean, I get it. It's just a tile. They're trying to make it look like the dirt continues on, and I get it. It's just not my taste, if that makes any sense. Let's take a quick peek here in their vendor and see what they've got. Nothing too bad. Nothing too overpriced, nothing too underpriced. This is the new weapons display rack that is currently on sale in the Atomic Shop as of this video being published. As long as I get it out between the 28th and the 29th, that thing should still be in the Atomic Shop for another week. I personally didn't buy it because it's the only piece of that I would actually buy is the weapons display plaque, because I don't actually like any of the gun plaques or the gun skins with the neon tubes on them. I personally think it's a little crappy, but not a bad build. I'm gonna give it a, let's see, I'll give it a, yeah, they really have done a lot with it. I'll give it a 6. I mean, they've tried. My only complaint is this stuff like this. I get it. You don't need them. You're probably sorting your shit and getting rid of stuff. But yeah, dumping them like that is just going to make it more weird here later on whenever this camp isn't here. But I get it. Like I said, good solid 6. Anyway, this has been Ren for Ren's Wasteland Camp Reviews slash Dumpster Fires of the Commonwealth. And this is my character punchline, by the way. So, yeah, if you like this kind of stuff, feel free to subscribe if you're new. If you're not new and you want me to come check out a camp that you have in particular, I can check it out on PlayStation and I can check it out on the PC. I am dealing with the problem of recording on the PS4, which is different than the PS5. Um, and the fact that I don't have as much memory on the PS4 because I have a bunch of older games that I played and still can want to keep. So I'm going to wind up having to get myself an external hard drive for it, just so I can have a space to dump stuff into, so to speak. Unless I upgrade the internal hard drive, which is then I still need the external hard drive to transfer everything to. So, anyway, you guys have a good day, and I will talk to you later.